Good morning, good afternoon and good evening students. Today I am here to explain you a chapter from NCERT class 7th English book, An Alien Hand, and the chapter name is The Tiny Teacher. At first we will try to understand what is the meaning of this title. Tiny means very small and teacher means a thing or a person or an animal or an insect which make us learn. Is that clear? This lesson makes us learn that anything in this world can be a teacher. It can be an animal, bird, trees, insect, etc. In this lesson, we will know that how an ant is a teacher for us. Now, we are going to start this lesson. Before starting the text, I request all of you to please pause the video and open your textbook because it will help you to understand well. I hope you have opened your textbook now. We are going to start. Name the smallest insect you have seen and the wisest. Is it fly? No, it isn't. Is it the mosquito? No, not the mosquito. Then it must be the worm. No, none of these. It is the ant, the commonest, the smallest, but the wisest insect. The story of an ant's life sounds almost untrue, but people have kept ants as pets and have watched their daily behavior closely, so we know a number of facts about this tiny, hardworking, and intelligent creature. In the very first line of this paragraph, the narrator is asking one question, that which is the wisest insect. Then in the very next line, he guesses that it can be a fly, or it can be the mosquito, or it can be the worm. But he denies that point. Finally, he announces that ant is the smallest and wisest insect. He has also used a word there, that is commonest. Commonest means a thing which is common to everywhere, means that a thing which can be found everywhere. Now the question arises that how human beings knows too many facts about ants. The answer of the question has already given by the writer in the very next line, that people have kept ants as pets and have watched, means they have observed their daily behavior closely. So we know various facts about the hardworking and intelligent creature. Now the next paragraph. An ant uses its feelers or antenna to talk to each other by passing messages through them. Watch a row of ants moving up or down the wall. Each ant greets all the other coming from the opposite direction by touching their feelers. Human beings generally communicate with the help of their voice or with the help of sign language, but ants has a particular organ which is called feeler or antenna, by which they touch each other and they communicate with each other. When next time you will see some ants moving on a row up and down, you have to see, or you should see these ants, that what they are doing. Then you will find out that they are touching each other's feelers to communicate with each other. Now the next page. There are many kinds of ants. The commonest among them are the black or red ones. We have seen them since we were children, but haven't paid enough attention to them. Where do they live? In their comfortable homes called nests or ant hills. Each has hundreds of little rooms and passages In some of these rooms, the queen ant lays eggs. Other are nurseries for the young ones called grubs. Workers have their reserve quarters. They spend most of their time searching for food. Some rooms serve as storehouses for this food. Soldiers have separate barracks. No workers has ever tried to live in a soldier's house. No soldier has ever gone out searching for food. No worker or soldier or cleaner has ever harmed a grub. So, you see, an ant's life is very peaceful. Each does its share of work intelligently and bravely and never fights with other members of the group. In this paragraph, we will get some more information about the ants, that they have some common colors like black and red. We have seen them since our childhood, but we haven't paid enough attention towards them. Now the question arises, where do they live? In the very next line, the writer has given the answer of this question, that where ants live. He told that in their homes, means that the ants also live in their homes like human beings, but their homes are called nests or ant hills. Each has hundreds of little rooms and passages. Each houses have hundreds of rooms and passages. In some of these rooms, the queen ant lays eggs. Other are nurseries for the young ones called grubs. Means that in some rooms, queen ant lays eggs, and other rooms are nurseries for the young ones of ant. The young ones of ant means the baby ant are called grubs. Now next one, workers have their reserve quarters. As human beings, there are different professions, like some are doctors, some are teachers, and some are soldiers. In the same way, ants have also some profession like workers, and they have separated the quarters of workers. They spend most of their time searching for food. Some rooms serve as storehouses for this food. As we can see the godowns in the cities to store the food. Same in the ants' life, they have also storehouses where they store food. Soldiers have separate barracks. No workers have ever tried to live in a soldier's house. No soldier has ever gone out searching for food. Means like the human beings, they have another profession that is called soldier, and they have their different barracks, and no workers have ever tried to live in a soldier's house. Means that they are not allowed, not the workers, not the soldiers, they are not allowed to interfere in each other's work, or they are not allowed to go in each other's rooms. No workers or soldiers or cleaners has ever harmed a grub. As we have already discussed that grub is a baby ant. So no workers or soldiers or cleaner. Now we came to know that there is another profession, that is cleaner. First one was worker, soldier, third one is cleaner. Has ever harmed a grub, means that no soldier and worker and cleaner, they do not harm the little grubs. So you can see an ant's life is very peaceful. Each does its share of work intelligently and bravely and never fights with other members of the group. This is the speciality about the ants, that each does its share of work, means that they never interfere in each other's work and they do their own work very intelligently and bravely, and they never fights with other members of the group. That is why they used to live a life which is very much peaceful. Now there are some comprehensional questions for you. The question number 1, the story of Aunt's life sounds almost untrue. The italic phrase means, that is the italic phrase almost untrue. What is the meaning of this one, almost untrue? Now I am going to tell you that the second option, this one, is the correct answer. Now question number 2, part 1. An ant is the smallest, as we have studied in the text, that smallest, commonest and wisest insect. Now second part of question number 2. We know a number of facts about an ant's life because humans have kept ants as pets. So they observe their behavior, their daily behavior. That is the reason we know about the various facts about the ants. Now the question number 3, in what ways is an ant's life peaceful? So we can write down the answer like this. An ant's life is peaceful because each ant does its share of work and never fight with each other.